Yeah, welcome to another episode of Wealthy Wednesdays. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about because the U.S. news is not talking about it. I mean, for one, we just entered a whole new level in this war with Russia. And we're going to get a lot into that later. But it's very interesting that I'm seeing more talks on the news about COVID.
Cases are on the rise across the nation and in our area, which means something many of us thought we'd seen the last of is back. Businesses, hospitals, even colleges, including one in our area, reinstating mask mandates.
I mean, look at this judge report, or even look at CNN. They rather talk about the Bunny Man, or even Fox News, who rather talk about the scientists. It's kind of funny because there's a lot going on. For one, 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And with the Democrats trying to indict Trump, it only means to me, for what I've seen with George W. Bush back when we went to war in Iraq, it looks like Biden may try to just go to war. But don't just take my word for it. Listen to Carson.
Once you start indicting your political opponents, you know that you have to win or else they're going to indict you if they win, right?
Right.
And so they can't lose. They will do anything to win. So how do they do that? They're not going to do COVID again. I know everyone on the right's afraid they're going to do COVID and mask mandate. They're not going to do that. They can't do that. If they've already been exposed, that won't work. There's going to be no. What are they going to do? They're going to go to war with Russia. Is what they're going to do. There will be a hot war between the United States and Russia in the next year. And
really?
Yes, of course. They want it anyway.
Now, I know y'all like, yo, that sounds crazy. Like, why would we go to war with Russia? But what if I told you we're already at war with Russia? We're just doing it by the use of Ukraine. I mean, look at the numbers. 400,000 are dead in Ukraine and 2.5 million are disabled. It seems to me that we just using up the Ukraine people until we got to send our own.
The United States aids Ukraine and her people so that we can fight Russia over there and we don't have to fight Russia here.
And on top of that, Colonel Tony Schaefer agrees with Carson. He believes that a war with Russia within the next few months is 80% likely.
Do you share Tucker's view on it?
The answer is it's very likely. I put it at the 80% likelihood. Vladimir Putin, who is not bluffing, he is doing what he believes is necessary to protect the Russian Empire, the Russian Republic. It is what it is. And George, the West, England and the United States in particular, don't seem to be listening to him. He's been very clear about what he's trying to achieve.
Whatever's going on, Russia is not bluffing. They just put their nukes on display, which has never been done in history. And Vladimir claims that there's no analog on it, which means it can't be stopped. It's one of the top tier, one of the best nukes that ever been created. And it sounds like he can't wait to use it. So you would think, why would Biden be poking at big old Russia? Well, it goes down to the U.S. dollar. Well, as you know, the U.S. dollar is no longer the reserve currency or even the most dominant currency around the world. I mean, there's no evidence showing that more than looking at what's going on in Africa. In the last few weeks, we have seen 4 military co-ops getting against these African governments who have been in bed with the Western for generations.
Another African leader toppled by the army. Whose turn will it be next?
You see, point blank, the U.S. and France have been stealing from Africa. They've been stealing their gold, their silver, the uranium, the lithium, the oil, and Africa's saying enough is enough. I mean, look how Nigeria told France to get out. And it's funny because how these France contractors who worked on this project, they said, we're going to leave, but we're going to mess up all of our trucks on the way out. But it's really not funny. And all I can say is that being prepared, watch these videos. We're going to keep going live. We're going to keep doing everything that we can. I'm going to go more in detail about the co-ops, the military coup that's going on in Africa. So be sure to watch the next video. But that's enough for the current events for today. Let's get into our sponsor, which is Children to Well. Check out the words from our sponsor right now.
Every day with my personal finances was a struggle. Day after day, I put up a good fight, but my school education could only get me so far. Now, I use Children to Wealth.
Children to Wealth is an innovative parent-approved application for financial literacy. Never has it been more expensive for our children not to have the financial knowledge they need to succeed in life. The program is essential for children and adults, and they provide various culturally relevant books with subjects that range from the history of money, how to save money, tax-deferred college savings accounts, credit, life insurance, nutritional values, real estate, and many more. Children to Wealth is not a get-rich-quick scheme and is not an overnight success formula. It is a blueprint to learn the foundation and fundamentals of knowledge, understanding, and wisdom when it comes to finances and health. The most common side effects are comprehending the materials in each book with complementary supplements and applying the knowledge in real-life attainable activities. There's a high risk of success. Talk to your financial coach if you have a high level of motivation, a deeper understanding of the concept of money, and a better way to save.
Become a member of Children to Wealth. Visit childrentowealth.com.